Have you ever just scrolled through your feed and wondered, why that video? Why did a clip of some guy just nodding his head get millions of views, but a masterpiece of filmmaking gets like a few thousand? It seems totally random, right? Well, this idea of going viral feels a bit like modern magic. But today, we're going to pull back the curtain. We're going to crack the code. And here's the puzzle that really gets us started. I mean, think about it. We are living in the age of the super quick scroll, the TikTok dance, the 15-second soundbite. So how in the world does a nearly 20-minute long video not only get seen, but get shared by millions? It flies in the face of everything we think we know about how we consume media today. The easiest explanation is to just say, it's just luck. It's a digital lightning strike, right? That one person just happened to win the internet lottery for the day. But if it was all just random chance, you wouldn't see the same people, the same kinds of content catching fire over and over again. Which, of course, suggests there's something else going on here. There's a pattern, a kind of method to all this madness. And that's what we're here to do. We're going to go on a hunt for that secret formula, that hidden code that brings together human psychology and digital tech to create these massive viral explosions. So our investigation doesn't start with code or with servers. It starts with us, with people. See, before any algorithm can do its thing, a real person has to make a choice. They have to feel something so strongly that they just have to hit that share button. That's the human spark that lights the whole fuse. No, seriously, take a second and think about it. What was the last thing you shared with someone? Was it just hilarious? Did it make you kind of angry about something? Or maybe it was just so incredibly useful you felt like you had to pass it along. Whatever that feeling was, that's the first and honestly the most important piece of this whole viral puzzle. Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. It turns out not all emotions are created equal when it comes to sharing. You've got what researchers call high arousal emotions. Think awe, anger, anxiety, pure joy. These are the feelings that get your heart pumping. They make you want to do something. And then you have low arousal emotions like contentment or sadness. They're powerful, for sure, but they don't usually push us to act. So the key is this: content that gets us physically fired up is way more likely to spread. So smart people have basically boiled all this down into 5 main triggers. First up, you've got social currency. We share stuff that makes us look cool, right? Smarter, funnier, more in the know. Then there are triggers. These are like little reminders. It's why thinking about Friday makes you think about Rebecca Black's song. Next is emotion, which we just talked about, that high energy feeling. Fourth is public. This one's simple. We copy what we see other people doing. It's social proof. And finally, practical value. We just love to share stuff that's genuinely useful. Almost every piece of viral content nails at least one of these. Okay, so we've got the human spark, but a spark is just a spark. To get a real wildfire going, you need an accelerant, and that's where technology comes in. So let's talk about the algorithm, the real ghost in the machine that decides what gets seen and what disappears forever. Let's just demystify this word for a second. An algorithm isn't some all-powerful magic. It's basically just a very, very complicated recipe. Its main job is to watch what you do, what you watch, what you like, what you skip, and especially what you share, and use all that info to guess what you'll want to watch next. That's it. Its only goal is to keep your eyes glued to the screen. And this is how it all comes together, this perfect storm of human emotion and machine logic. See, when we share something because it made us feel that high arousal emotion, we're sending a huge, flashing signal to the algorithm. The algorithm sees that and goes, oh, people are reacting to this, let's show it to more people just like them. And that kicks off this insane feedback loop. More human shares lead to more algorithmic boosting, which leads to, well, you get it. And you really can't underestimate how powerful that loop is. Just look at this number. A mind-blowing 70% of what we watch on YouTube doesn't come from us searching for something or clicking on a subscription. It comes from the platform itself, recommending it to us. The algorithm isn't just part of the game. In a lot of ways, it is the game. All right, so we've got the human brain and the computer brain. Now let's smash them together and actually look inside a piece of content. Let's do an anatomy lesson. What are the tangible, secret ingredients that you find in pretty much every viral hit? First things first, the hook. This is job number 1, 2, and 3. In a world of infinite scrolling, you have maybe 3 to 5 seconds, tops, to grab someone's attention. The emotional hook is that moment, that question, that shocking image, that hilarious line that makes someone physically stop their thumb from moving. If you don't have a killer hook, nothing else even matters. And when you start dissecting these viral hits, you see these patterns over and over. They almost always take you on some kind of emotional ride. They're built on an idea that's super simple and relatable. Very often, there's a surprise or a twist at the end that just feels so satisfying. And a lot of them tap into a bigger cultural conversation, something about our identity, which makes sharing it feel like a statement about who we are. But what about after the hype dies down? I mean, going viral isn't just a bunch of numbers on a screen. It happens to real people. And this last piece of the puzzle is all about the human cost of becoming an internet celebrity overnight. This quote, wow, it really just hits you, doesn't it? That sudden fame can be so disorienting. The person in that video gets kind of frozen in time, and they become a character, a meme, something that doesn't even feel like them anymore. And the pressure. Can you imagine the pressure to try and catch that lightning in a bottle a second time? It can be absolutely crushing. So yeah, it's a total double-edged sword. For sure, on one side, going viral can launch a career. It can create unbelievable opportunities, give you a platform, make you money. But the other side of that coin, it can mean a total loss of your privacy, intense pressure on your mental health, and having every part of your life scrutinized by millions of strangers. Not everyone is built for that. Okay, so let's bring it all home. Let's go back to that 19-minute video. How did it go viral? Well, now we know. It wasn't just luck. It was a perfect fusion of art and science. It was a piece of content that was expertly crafted to trigger a powerful, high-arousal emotion in us, which then sent a massive signal to a platform's algorithm, which then kicked off that huge, unstoppable feedback loop. And that kind of leaves us with one last pretty big question to chew on. We might provide that initial human spark, but it's the algorithms that control the wildfire. And as these systems get even better at knowing what makes us tick, what makes us angry, what makes us laugh, the line between what we choose to share and what we're being nudged to share gets really blurry. So who's really calling the shots here? Us or them?